Hey man, PlugCity TV, man. Y'all tune in. Check it out, man. Good guys doing some big things.
Let me check my schedule.
Welcome to Plug City. I'm your host, June. I got my co-host next to me.
Project Logic, yes sir.
And who do we have here?
Dac Davis, man. Certified brand. Cut different clothing. Sippin on the 6 podcast. Just natural born hustler.
Yo, man. First of all, thank you for coming out, man. I appreciate you for coming out, man.
No problem.
I don't know you for a minute, man. And I want to be clear when I say known. Like, I kind of know of you. I've never known you, like, personally.
Right.
But we ran in the same circles for a while. So just kind of give us a little, early on deck. Tell us about where you come from, you know what I'm saying, just your upbringing and your beginnings, man.
I was born and raised in the Lancaster, Pontiac, Michigan. Not much. Very early on, I ran with the same guys. Corey, Brandon, A-Rab, and my brothers. Met a couple guys later on down the line that, I embraced as brothers as well. Marcus.
Definitely shout out to
and Knight. That's family. They're gonna always be family no matter what the differences is. But yeah, I mean, we started all in the same place, looking around with the same thing, so we ain't know we was broke. We ain't know we was broke. We was just right there being broke, having fun.
Facts, man. Now, you always been kind of bigger dude, but bigger than you has always been your personality, man. Whether it's roasting, like, motherfuckers who don't know you. Oh, why this nigga always motherfucking mad? Why you always looking like whatever? But
I don't even be mad.
But I know that's what I'm saying. You look that way, but you always laughing, you always joking, you always smiling, you always on some legit shit. So just kind of, where did that come from? Because people either know you from rap, the clothing, the joking, always popular, always in the circle. Like, where did that personality come from?
A lot of people gravitate towards me, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's because of the charismatic ways and the personality and, but like my mother instilled all of that in me, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of times where I know for a fact she wasn't happy.
Yeah.
But it wasn't never nothing to portray to us because, it wasn't for us to worry about. That was grown folks' business. You know what I'm saying? So the thing of it is like, I want to be a full representation of her. So anything that goes on with me that I need to handle by myself, that's the way I do it. But as long as I'm out here in the world, I don't want nobody to see me down.
I feel you on that. Now, kind of speaking on that a little bit, correct me if I'm wrong from what you're saying. It sounds like you were always raised with common sense. You were always raised with respect. You were always raised. You had morals instilled in you at a young age.
Morals and values. That was early on.
But yeah, when I first met you, I want to say I was like in maybe 6th, 7th grade. We was both in the mentoring program.
Man, MRN and MAN.
And it was designed to deal with at-risk youth who were already kind of on that path of going the wrong route.
Right.
So kind of explain a little bit about how that is. Because a lot of people don't understand that dynamic. You praise your mom, she put their morals in you, but yet she can't go outside with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So kind of explain that dynamic of being raised with those morals, but yet still straying a little bit and needing that little guy.
I mean, she was all we had. You know what I'm saying? And she used to tell us every day. It was me and my sister. Mm-hmm. Then my sister had, 2 kids, and we was all there. And like every argument, every disagreement, she said, we all we got. Mm-hmm. So I always been that way. So like once I embrace you as my family, that's how I feel. Mm-hmm. Like you all I got. Mm-hmm. So I'm not gonna depend on nobody or none of that. Mm-hmm. So those morals and values was to always believe in the people that you with, always fight for the people that you with. And you know what I'm saying, just never be on no bullshit because that karma will come back on you. And that's what really stuck with me. But when you go outside, I don't know what's going on in their house.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? And then I'm raised around all women. Mm-hmm. So I already had to have a head of the household type of mentality in my mind. So it was defended at all costs. So, you know, I went out there and I tried some things that didn't work. But then that came from not wanting to work too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always had that in me. Like, I don't want to go listen to nobody for 8 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? That don't make sense to me.
Okay.
And then they gonna give me some money, and then how much money is they making? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold on, that don't make sense. That's like, my first job I probably had was at a car wash.
Mhm.
And I was probably making $6-7 an hour. They making $20 a car. They sending 20-30 cars through this thing in an hour. And you gonna give me $6?
Just don't add up.
Nah. So, you know, I found out where they was holding money at. Got me a couple extra dollars, so, you know.
That was the start.
It was like, yeah, no, this working thing ain't for me, but if you work, you might as well try to hit you a lick while you're there.
So,
Man, I'm just keeping it real, man.
Oh, I respect that. So you saying it just came from the hustle and the street and all that came from pretty much just an entrepreneurial spirit. Maybe
that
manifested the wrong way.
That and like I couldn't get what I wanted. Like I go to school, he got on Jordans, he got on Grand Hills, they got on jerseys. I got on a pair of starter jogging pants. And last year Grand Hills, like, nah, this ain't how that go, man.
So is that where
I know what I'm
roasting
gonna do.
started from?
Huh?
Is that where the roasting started from?
Oh yeah.
Because other people had what you ain't
Yeah,
have, and you ain't about
and
to
you
let
know what
them
I'm saying?
get
The
you.
first thing of it is when you starting to crack jokes is it's your appearance.
Yeah.
How you came out the house looking.
Yeah,
So it's
for
like,
sure.
you fat, you black, your clothes old, and y'all broke. I got
Target.
4 things against me already. Like,
Target.
we ain't even said a joke yet. And I got these 4 things working against me. So as soon as I meet you, like, I'm still, and it's crazy because I'm still like this today. Like, I might look you up and down, like, if you try something, I got this for you. You know what I'm
You gotta be
saying?
ready.
Yeah, so, like, I still get into them little sessions, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, that's the way we was brought up and built. Like, that's what you had to do. You got to be able to do that.
Yeah.
It kind of went from there to the rapping.
Yeah.
Rapping for me. I don't know if you remember you battled my boy Jess
Yeah.
at OU. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I remember that.
Yeah, they cheated me.
They-
I was under the impression that we was freestyling, man. That man came up there with a whole
With some
written out thing. I'm like, hold on, bro. You wrote that.
No, do you know how that situation started?
I don't even remember.
So look, right, my boy Jess, we used to rap together. We had a little clique or whatever. And his rule, Jess's rule was, anytime somebody come around and say they the best at spitting, off rip, you got to challenge them. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. No matter where you at, it got to go down. So one day I'm at the studio at his spot in Royal Oak. I'm in the basement. We chilling. He's like, yo, I got some people about to come through or whatever, record something. I'm like, all right, cool. And you came through. It was you, Rab, and somebody else.
Probably Tweez.
And you was recording a diss record. You was going at somebody. And he was like, and when you came down, I'm like, oh shit, Dac, you rap? They're like, nigga, I'm the coldest. And I immediately looked at Jess, like, we in your house. And Jess just staring at the computer like he don't see nothing. And I'm just staring at him. And Eric was down there too, his boy, his business partner. So I'm just staring at him the whole time. You record your shit, y'all leave. And I'm like, bro, what's up on the, nigga said he the best in your crib. Why you ain't say nothing? I'm like, nigga, it's your crib. I ain't about to defend your crib.
Right.
You should have said something. I'm like, if you a spook, if you didn't want to battle, just say you a spook. He was in there spitting. Nigga, I ain't scared of nobody, nigga. Yeah. Set it up. And me and Eric hyped that shit up. And Eric ended up hitting him up. I don't remember Eric hit up you or somebody else. But he was trying to set it up for me and you.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, fuck it, I'll do it since you scared. Right. He's like, man, fucking making me. I'll do it. So I'm like, all right, bet. So it was hilarious because that nigga was not a battle rapper at all.
You want to know what the funniest part about all of that was? Like, I told you, I felt like I got cheated. Anyway. I'm like, bro, all them people came with you who you tried to make the judges, bro. Anyway, after we leave, like, I set up another session at this spot, right? I did like 5 songs. But the last one was a song about him.
Wow.
He never called. He never let me book another session.
No, I never knew.
So funny. Listen, bro. I called him. I set up a session. He like, all right, come on down. I'm like, yeah, man. Got some, you know what I'm saying? Couple tracks I want to do. He like, all right. So I'm like, put these beats on. Now, as he loading them, you know what I'm saying, the loop, I'm like, put this one last. He like, all right. So now, he getting the beats. I do the first couple songs. I want to say it was 4, maybe 5. Now, when I get to the last one, you know, I got Rab and Weez with me.
Yeah.
They outside. I'm still in the booth. So when they come on, it's either Weez knew what was finna happen and Rab didn't, or Rab knew what was finna happen and Weez did. But anyway, when they come on, I come in and I say something about him. They said they both looked at each other and looked at him. So he perked up like, yeah. So
That's hilarious.
when I come out the booth, I'm like, yeah, man, you could just put that together for us, man. We'll get up out of here, baby.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
man.
I got a feeling that last record wasn't mixed like it was supposed to be.
No, it definitely was. You should have heard it, man. Listen, the first 4 songs was decent. Then I get to that one, I'm like, oh, he mad, man. Yeah, but it was, I mean, that was really what I was doing. That was what was fun to me.
Yeah.
Like, I made some songs and some music and stuff, but it was more fun to like challenge people.
Yeah, and this would be, if I'm correct, this is like 06, 07-ish?
I went to jail in 07. This was like 04, 05.
05, okay. So this is pre-URL, pre-Smack, pre-all of that. Like, you were just out there battling niggas on beats. And
the Lancaster Bully.
So how far did you take the music and
Man, I wasn't serious at all. Like, I really, like, it would be times, no lie. We would leave Edgewood and ride down the Royal Oak, and I'd write the verse in the car on the way to the studio.
That's
I'd be like, hey, play the beat real quick. Yeah, play it. I'd be like, all right. They'd start playing something else, and I'll write it. And we'd go in there. And I had this thing where it was like, I'm not doing it more than once. One take. I'm not doing no punches, nothing.
Yeah.
So like some of the tracks, like you could hear me struggling with breathing, all of that.
Yeah.
But it was like I was never serious about it. I just was doing it for fun. Like the people I was around wanted to do it, so I did it with them.
All right. So moving on from there, from the music tip, it was about 04, 05. So around there, around that 06, 07 time is around the time you got locked up.
Right.
What kind of happened preceding that? Like, were you already involved in whatever you was doing at that time?
So at the time with the music thing, you know what I'm saying, I was in the streets, you know what I'm saying, doing what I was doing. But I was selling weed, you know what I'm saying, which is kind of harmless today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But back then it was still illegal, so you know what I'm saying, that's what I was doing. And from there, like, I was actually still going to school. Another funny thing is, like, I really had a associate's degree in accounting.
Okay.
Wow.
And I went to go do a internship at a company right around here, like Sterling Heights area, with a taxes company. And I had been up all night, you know what I'm saying, running the street strapping, and I fell asleep in the interview with the lady. Like, I was sitting there nodding while she talking to me, telling me what we gonna do. So, like, they walked me out of that. I'm like, man, I ain't want to work no way. You know what I'm saying? The only reason I was even thinking about it because they told me a CPA could make $100,000 a year. I'm like, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? $100,000 a year, yeah, that makes plenty good sense. But, yeah, after that, walking out of there, I'm like, yeah, this ain't for me. I had to wear a suit, dress up. I'm like, man, I wear jogging pants and T-shirts every day. Like, this don't even make sense. No, this ain't me. So, you know, I went back to, you know what I'm saying, dibbling in the streets and took a road trip one day. oh man, worst drive of my life. Went down there, you know what I'm saying? I started dibbling and dabbling, and it took off of me, you know what I'm saying? For I know it, I had turned into something else, you know what I'm saying? And I got jammed up down there and, you know, went to jail from that. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. It's part of the story, but it ain't the final chapter, you get what I'm saying?
Exactly, and that's kind of the only reason I kind of want to speak about it, because a lot of people in the moment, they feel like it is. You know, when them sirens behind them, when they get in that time, when them calls stop coming, when that money slow up, they feel like it's the end of the road, and a lot of people can't see past that. So the only, from our perspective, the importance of that portion of the story is to exacerbate how you overcame that, and how that same mentality you had as the 4th grader, 5th grader, is the same mentality you had in the streets, is the same mentality you took to a legit business owner. You just took it to a more legal route, and how you were able to get to where you are now.
But see, and that's the thing, like broke is a mindset to me, you know what I'm saying? Like it's way more value into being able to utilize that time than it is to actually having paper money. You know what I'm saying? Paper money can be taken away from you.
Yeah.
Paper money can be spent.
Yeah.
Your time and your brain can't. You know what I'm saying? If you wait unless you waste it. You know what I'm saying? So that was never really like my thing. So even once I went to jail, it was like, when I get out, what I'm gonna do? And I started telling myself, I'm gonna work a job. Then I got out and I figured out I still don't want to work. You know what I'm saying?
Now, how much time did you get?
11 years.
11 years. You
Wow.
did the full 11?
All 11, every day, like not a minute early.
So let me ask you this, because I'm just going to slow it down the story just a little bit before we move forward. How did you feel when you heard them 11 years? Like, did you know the 11 was coming? Did you think you was going to be something shorter? Like,
Man, listen.
Wait, hold on. You did the 11, but what was the actual sentence? What was the judge?
Nah, see, this is what it was. I had felony 1 trafficking with a MDO specification, major drug offender. That's what MDO is. Then I had a felony 1 possession with an MDO specification. Each one of them carried 10 years. So I was facing 40. But they came to me with the first deal. It was 18 years. I was 24. I looked at my lawyer and said, I'm 24. You want me to do my whole life again? There's no way you could possibly think that's a deal. So I walked out of there. They went back. They deliberated. And the next time he came and see me, he said, listen, by law, the minimum amount of time that you can get is 11 years. It's a 10 in 1 sentence. And you can either take this 11 years or we'll start picking your jury next week. And if you get convicted, they gonna max you out, which is 40 years. So me, having a background in accounting, at the age of 24, I said 24 plus 11 is 35.
I got time to do something.
24 plus 40 is 64.
Give me that 11.
I said, is it possible I can go back and call my mother? And, you know, I just told my people around me, like, it's 11 years. He said, what you gonna do? 11 years! Like, what the fuck y'all keep acting? Like, it ain't nothing else to talk about. I'm finna go do 11 years. So, it wasn't it's flat time. It was flat time. So, once I entered the plea, I knew I was doing 11 years. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
That's what it was.
So after doing 11 years, you have to start the road to come back. What was the first thing you did on your way to resurging as being productive?
I ain't even gonna lie to you. I wasn't even being productive. You know what I'm saying? I was still in jail selling dope. I was still in there selling drugs. So I'm like, but I kept telling myself, like, man, do this just so you'll have something to start with. But in all actuality, I was hindering myself because I was never really changing the mindset.
Yeah.
It's like if you get broke, you can sell dope to make some money. And that's what I kept telling, that's what I was doing at the end of the bit. You know what I'm saying? So I was really still stuck in the same spot. So when I came home, it was like, what you gonna do now, Dad? I said, I'm gonna go to truck driving school. I'm gonna get my CDL license.
Okay.
So I went down there about a week. This ain't gonna work. And you know, I did, you know what I'm saying? I thought about it. I actually, you know, took some of the steps to get back into the streets. But then like so much stuff started happening. And it's like, Dac, you don't really want to risk that again. And they gave you 11 years, your first time ever catching a dope case. What you think they're gonna do to you if you catch another one?
So you hit the streets, did 11 years, while doing 11 years, still in prison selling, came home, and was like, I'm gonna go right back to doing it.
I thought about it. I can't. I would be lying to you if I said I didn't.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I started telling myself like, weed legal, you can sell that. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna do nothing but slap you on the wrist for that. So I started trying to make reasons like, or come to terms with being able to sell like less harmful drugs. And it's still the same mindset because once you start doing that, you're gonna want to get bigger and better. That's with anything that you're gonna do, you're gonna continue to progress and get more, and then it's gonna stop being legal recreational amounts to federal penitentiary amounts.
So what was the thing, or if there was a one thing, what was the one thing that happened that made you say, all right, look, I'm not fucking with this. I gotta find something that's going to allow me to make the money I want to make while staying out of prison? Like, was there something that happened that made you cut that off completely?
It was, I mean, like I say, it was a series of things, you know what I'm saying? I saw a few close friends get locked up. Like I only have been out 4 or 5 months, and you know what I'm saying? One of my guys had went and faced a serious charge. Then it was situations to where it was like, do you really want to do it? Then it was like having it, and is it the best? Can I go sell this around here? Then it's like, am I really gonna take this chance for this little bit of money with selling weed? It was just like a whole bunch of little stuff. And then like I was staying with my brother, but I was never really there. So I was really like living with one of my guys, and we was just sitting there kicking it, and Jordan told him like, if you come up with something to start a clothing line, I'll help you. And he didn't want to do it. But I know Jordan, you know what I'm saying?
Jordan Chambers, right?
Yeah, so like he came up at Harrington up under us. Like he been there since he was this tall.
Yeah.
Calling me out every day, wanting to crack jokes on me every day. I'm like, bro, stop, leave me alone. So I'm like, hey man, I got an idea. He was like, man, just bring it to me and we'll do it. So I'm at one of these dead end jobs when I came home because I had to do something for my parole, and I just was looking at stuff, doodling, like trying to figure something out. And I came across that stamp, certified. I put the words in there. I'm like, this might be it. So I sent it to him and I asked him. He like, man, I ain't gonna never tell nobody, you know what I'm saying, that they idea won't work. You know what I'm saying? Like borderline on some hate shit for real. Like
that ain't it.
Like that ain't it for real. But I'm like, man, this is what I want to do. This is what we gonna do. So we did it. I got like 30 hoodies. And probably like 15 of them was pre-ordered already, just because they was my people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I got them, and I gave them their hoodies. I'm like, man, when y'all take your picture, post it. You know what I'm saying? Then I started hearing people like, yeah, I like that. I like that. It started gaining buzz. So this person got one. This person got one. Then I had people just support me. Like, I had a dude tell me he don't even like it. He just supporting it because he liked my story.
Yeah.
So then it started gaining traction, and man, it did way better than I thought it would.
Now, do you think people more so gravitated, just like you said with the guy, more so gravitated towards the clothes and the brand, or was it more so the man behind the brand that helped build it too?
I honestly believe that is both.
Okay.
I believe in some cases, some people are investing in me. Then I believe that in some cases, people are investing in the quality and the meaning.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's just singled out to be one or the other.
So I was looking to steal a meme from Oob. So I go down his page, Facebook page, and I'm scrolling, and I see certified clothes. I keep scrolling all down his page, certified, and I'm like, I didn't know who it was even to this day. This was today, and I'm like, some of this shit is dope. Like, I thought it was female clothes too, but I saw some. I was like, who? I had no idea it was your stuff. It's all on. If you go to his Facebook, you can see Oob got, or either somebody tagged him in it or he posted it himself. Certified brand. So I'm definitely gonna get with you after the show and get something ordered.
For sure.
I think I know I seen something on it that I liked. I didn't have no idea where it came from though.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, it's like being new to this type of, you know what I'm saying, arena. Like, it's some of the stuff that I still need help with and I need to figure out, but like marketing and getting it outside of just being in Pontiac is one of them. But it's like, hell, sometimes I post stuff and I don't even get a chance to put it on my website. That it'll go so fast.
So kind of just take a step back real quick and just kind of talk about the meaning of the brand. Certified, what does that mean? You know, what is the vision behind the brand?
My whole vision was, you know, certified, 100% battle tested. I feel like we all have been through something. We've all been tested and tried. And as long as you made it out, you know what I'm saying, you certified. So the clothes is really a billboard for your testimony.
Okay.
Of what you done been through in your life. You know what I'm saying? And like I always say, what makes me certified don't necessarily make you certified.
Okay. That's what's up. So kind of talk a little bit about, you know, kind of going, not necessarily step by step, but a little bit through getting to the process of building that brand. The steps you had to take. You hollered at Jordan. You hit him with the idea for the logo. He took that. What was the next steps, the steps you had to take in order to get your brand out and to get a product out?
Once we got the hoodies, I just wanted to see what the reaction to the hoodie was. And the reaction was good, so like I went gung-ho. I just invested everything that I made off the 30 hoodies, everything that I had, and I just ordered, I want to say, maybe 250 hoodies. I sold all of them, and I bought like 300 or 400 more. Sold all of them, and like it was like I never could have enough. So I just continued to grow, and then it was like, people ain't gonna wear hoodies all year.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying, you gotta come with something different. So then I started doing the t-shirts. And like, I argue with Jordan every day. I'm like, bro, these t-shirts ain't making no money, bro. I don't want this. he like, bro, you perfect, bro. He like, I know you making some money.
Yeah.
But what it was I was making the money, but like I was investing everything back into doing something different. So I took the t-shirts, then I started doing tracksuits for women. Then I started doing biker shorts for women. Then I started doing, you know what I'm saying, short sets for men. And I started doing hats. Now, you know what I'm saying, I'm going into socks and slides and, you know what I'm saying, hoop shorts. So it was like, I wasn't seeing the money liquid in my hand.
Yeah.
But I had it, you know what I'm saying? I just was arguing with him.
So that's an important key too, because how long did it take for you to actually see something in your hand? Because a lot of people get that money and don't re-up and want to live off of it or spend it. But you getting it in and reinvesting it right back into more product, right back into something else to sell, to make yourself more multifaceted. So how long did it take you before you were actually able to spend some of your money for real?
I ain't never stopped spending the money. That's why I kept telling him, like, bro, ain't no money in this. But it
I'm
was
talking about
like,
spend it on you to be able to enjoy.
Yeah, like I ain't never stopped. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, honestly, I probably started in about November 2019, and like July of 2020, like I quit my job. So like, but I had been battling back and forth for probably like 2.5 months. Like, do you really want to do this? Is this something you really gonna do? You gonna? And I just said, this it, man. Make this work, and then try to, you know, stretch out and go to something else. But yeah, like the steps, they like leaning on people who are already in the arena. And a lot of the stuff that I do is like, I run through Jordan, I run through John Cantrell and DeAndre Hall. So like, we almost like a real team. So like, we all bounce ideas off each other and stuff. And you know, if they say, yeah, then I usually go full throttle. Like, I'm the person who it's like, I'm not doing the test run no more. You get what I'm saying? So like, if I get enough years into something,
time to do it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Like, I don't want to talk. I feel like I don't have the time to talk or the time to wait and see, because I don't want to miss out either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to try something that could have been, and then when it do come to fruition, I missed out because I took too long. Because, you know, a lot of this stuff is trends and fads and stuff, so you got to hit when it's supposed to hit.
No, it's PlugCity, man. So for the people out there that want to get us any type of certified gear, where can we get that stuff?
CutDifferentClothing.com. KUTTDIFFERENT clothing, CLOTHING.com. You can follow me on Instagram, Dac Davis 71. You can also check me out on Facebook, Dac Davis.
All right, now you kind of spoke about your circle a little bit, JC, Drew Hall, Jordan Chambers, you know, the guys you kind of run ideas through. We were kind of having a little conversation off camera about what support is and what support looks like to you. And I kind of started off by a little story. You know, we were at a mutual friend's house one time, you know, sitting around talking, and you were telling the story of how when you came home and you had that idea to do the clothing line and how you presented it to your people, and they weren't as receptive as you might have expected, and then how you view support now versus then. Kind of talk about that a little bit.
All right. I was like, probably I've been out about 5 or 6 months. And I was telling them, like, man, we can't continue. I mean, we almost 40. Like, y'all want to keep working for somebody or y'all want to do something? So I was telling them, like, man, we could do something small. Like, everybody would put $25 a week up, and we'll just put it in one bank account. We don't touch nothing for 6 months. Then we get something small and try to generate some revenue off of that. So I was thinking bounce houses, t-shirt presses, any of that thing. And they was like, yeah, we could do it. And I got a super legal friend. We got to draw up a contract. I'm like, all right. Then I got some homeboys. They got all of these, they got their wives and their kids, and they like, man, I ain't gonna be able to swing it this week. So it was like, it never really happened, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, but as we was talking about it, I'm explaining it to them, everybody like, yeah, that sounds dope. We need to do that, And it never happened. You know what I'm saying? So when it came about, I told him, I'm like, what y'all think I started certified with? He's like, probably a couple. I'm like, no, like $500. And it's the support thing is more than just investing with your money and buying some stuff from you too. Like, just push the word out like this. Like, the support from you, in a sense, could have been like, when he was saying like, man, who got all this certified stuff? Like, man, I know, dude. I could call him right now. That's support.
Yeah.
You didn't buy nothing, but you knew somebody who did.
Yeah. Right.
And you connected them dots for it to happen. That's support. So it don't always got to be that you got to buy something or, you know what I'm saying, get the money up to do it. It's just like helping push the brand. You know what the objective is. Help push it forward.
Okay. Yeah. Like, we had a long, drawn-out argument about support before. And, you know, from my perspective, it was just support in whatever you're doing has to be support of whatever you're doing. So if you're doing business and the goal of business is commerce, exchange of money for goods, then your support has to be exchange of money for goods. If, whether it be I'm selling a product, if I'm playing ball, you come to my game, if I'm selling food, if you buy a plate, whatever you do has to be in support of that commerce in order for it to be support. Now, some people view that differently.
Yeah,
you can
I don't believe it.
Sharing a Facebook post.
Yeah.
You can support can be, but if 30 Facebook posts get shared and nobody buys a product, where's the support in the exchange of goods?
But the support is the attempt. The attempt was to get the word out. You have 4,800 friends on Facebook. I got 5,000 friends on Facebook. Our mutual friends is only 1,000.
Okay.
So I mean, it's 4,000 people that's not being reached.
Okay.
If you share it, now they got a chance to look at it. That's support.
So let me ask you this, because I get what you're saying. Do you value, from your personal standpoint, if you selling a hoodie for $100, and I say, yo, I'm not gonna buy your hoodie for $100, but I'll share your hoodie with people who may buy your hoodie.
That's support.
As opposed to, I'm saying, which one do you value more? As opposed to, yo, I don't have anybody I could share this with, but I'll buy one for $100.
Okay, now see, this is the thing. If you buy one for $100, that's one sale. If you don't buy one, but you present it to 10 people who may buy one, that's potentially 1,000.
Okay.
And it's not about seeing that first sale. If you share it, most people don't buy it. Oh, I like this, I'm buy it off rip. It's about them. Oh, I seen this somebody else.
It's constantly beating somebody down with it. It's like seeing it so much makes people, you know what I'm saying, want it.
It make it bigger than what it actually is.
Yeah, and I get that, and I guess me being super analytical, I put that in a different category. It's like if you work for a company, advertising. Advertising dollars are looked at as a loss from a business standpoint. Because you don't necessarily say, yo, I spent $2 million on a Super Bowl commercial, I'm gonna make $2.5 million back. Advertising is always put in the loss category. It's just like when they give bonus checks, they pull that out of a different category. So I never really looked at the sharing of the word as the support. This person.
No, and that's understood. But sharing my Facebook post ain't gonna cost you $1, baby. So you know what I'm saying. We not letting it's not a loss. You get what I'm saying?
And then it's a difference too when you're a quality person and you have a quality product. Like if you know I got what y'all want, I just got to get in front of the right people. Then you're looking at 10,000 shares. It's $10,000 because it's coming right back. Opposed to maybe if you're a little bit skeptical, if you don't have that quality of a product, no matter how many people you put it in front of, it's not going to sell. Right. So I get the standpoint that you're coming from when you're confident in the product, you know they going to buy it.
Yeah, I honestly feel like all I need is the right person to see it.
And them shares help you get sales and drive to the website.
True.
So then you can share it. So if you buy it, you only in Pontiac with it, and he got Pontiac locked up already. if you share it, you got people from Detroit that's gonna see it.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know the people that you know in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So when you share it, and a Chicago person say, "Oh, I like that," like, "Hey, you can hook me up with dog. Like, where I get this from? That's sweet." You know what I'm saying? All of that is support to me.
Yeah.
Because now, once you reached out to that person and they got it, then they posted and tagged me. That's a whole. I got one mutual friend with them.
Yeah.
So now that 4,000 people that they just reached is something totally different.
Talk a little bit about some of the mistakes that you might have made, you know, with the clothing brand, some of the pitfalls that you might throw out there for somebody. Hey, don't do this. I made this mistake. Hov did that, so you ain't got to go through that. Like, what's a couple of the mistakes that you might have made early on that, you know, you can get
being
somebody
cheap.
else? Being
cheap. I saw some. I'm like, oh, that's a tracksuit. They only want $6 for it. I know all mine I sell for at least $100. Oh, that's a $94 profit. And I got it, and I couldn't even give it away. So you know what I'm saying? Like, you still gotta take the time to get something that somebody wants.
True.
Don't let the money that you could make destroy your brand.
Pretty much keep quality in the forefront.
Make sure that the quality, you know what I'm saying, reflects something that you will want as well.
How important is quality of product to you?
Very important. Like, if it's not good quality, I might not even sell it. Like, I done bought stuff that I never put my tag or stamp on. And it just sit over there because, like, that's not something that I want the brand to represent. I don't ever want nobody to see this on that. You know, I don't never want nobody to see this brand on that product. You know what I'm saying? And it be a representation of what I am, because it's not.
You feel you on that?
I always start with research. Like, if I tell somebody when to start, like, okay, start with research, because they won't even know what quality to look for if they just see somebody say, oh, I just want to start a clothing brand. But if they don't even know what the research or what quality shirts to look for, what's the stitching, what printing, like, some people don't know the difference between vinyl and embroidery. You know what I'm saying? Or
screen print, or, DTG.
You know, DTG, all that shit. So all that, you gotta do your research and really want to be in this shit before.
Then you gotta also realize that, like, you're a people's person in this business too. Like, you gotta be able to appeal and deal with people's different feelings and emotions as well. You can't just go off because you mad too. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna naturally get you a negative response from that person. What else could I possibly say? It's a lot of little stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got an image to uphold. You know what I'm saying? You can't say the first thing that you want to say no more. You got to scale that back some.
And that's a good one, because that kind of transitions into the next topic a little bit, sipping on the six. You know what I'm saying? So, like, as far as...
It's a late night show. That ain't for the daytime people.
Tell us what sipping on the six is.
It was, like, honestly, man, like, I'm telling you, I'm so spurred of the moment. It's crazy. Like, we sitting downtown, literally sitting downtown, and John made a post, and in 5 minutes, it was 120 comments. I'm like, bro, we can't read all these comments, man. So I'm like, bro, just go live and we'll let people do it, and we'll talk back to them. Went live, people started tapping in, talking about how they felt about it. We started debating and going back and forth about the situations that we was talking about. I can't even remember what it exactly was, but then it was like, we had been on live for an hour. I'm like, man, then, you know, other stuff start coming up. I'm like, man, we gonna come back later at 11 o'clock when all the kids to bed and we gonna talk. So, we ain't got a drink. And I don't even remember how it happened. I think I might have just said, yeah, sipping on the 6. And we coined it and made it like a little podcast. We started talking about it, having open discussions. That's on Facebook too.
Okay. And kind of what's some of the stuff that goes down on Sippin' on the 6?
Everything. No holds barred. Whatever you want to talk about. However you feel, we ready.
Okay.
But it's like interactions with people, you know. It's majority about male and female interaction.
Okay.
How we react to one another based off of anything. Like the last question I posed was, if your mate or spouse does not want to be posted on social media, is it a problem?
Okay.
And you know, it's like when you ask these questions, this is what's so funny to me about this and why I love Sippin' on the 6 for real. Is because when you ask these questions, everybody got the right answer. Yeah, you should check in with this person because this person wants privacy. But once you get in a relationship and you get ready to post this person, you say, no, I don't want you to do it. Then it's a problem. Yeah. Who you hiding me from? Why you know what I'm saying? But like, when they not going through it, everybody got the right answer. Everybody got the right answer. When I posed the question, everybody got the right answer. So now, what we do is like, I usually try to invite a female guest because I don't want people to say that I'm woman bashing. Because they do a lot.
Because you be taking the dude side pretty much.
Yeah, and I'm speaking from a guy's side. Like, what you want me to do? Speak from a woman's side? I'm not a woman. I'm telling you how I think. Yeah. I'm giving you my perspective on the situation. Yeah. So it comes out like that, and then and a lot of the times, like, this is just between us right here and whoever y'all share this to. But I really just be wanting to argue. Like, I will literally go on there and play devil's advocate. I could totally agree with everything that you say. And I'll find an argument just to see if you really believe it. I just be wanting a person to be confident in what they saying.
I feel you on that.
So like,
I think Logic didn't try me like that a couple times. That gotta be Pontiac shit.
Like seriously, like we could be sitting here talking, and you can say everything that I think about this whole situation. I'm like, you know what?
But on the other hand,
well, what if? And then I just start the argument, and then I start talking so much that I start making you believe that I really feel like this, and I don't.
Yeah. But it's just engagement, getting people talking.
Yeah, I do it for, debate purposes.
What's some of the biggest hot button topics that really get people going?
Kids. When you talk about kids, listen. And I don't have any kids. Yeah. So if I bring up any topic about kids, the first thing that they come on there, ain't nobody would know when the kids gonna tell me nothing. So I got 70 nieces and nephews. What about them? I do interact with kids. It's different when you got your own. Right is right and wrong is wrong.
It's different though, but
see, here we go.
No, it is. A lot of this I'll be agreeing with, but it is different because like when you have your kids, you do stupid stuff out of love. You know what I'm saying? You gonna move different. Like
love makes you do stupid stuff no matter who it's for.
Facts, but it's a little bit different when it's kids though, right? Because I remember growing up like,
how the girl got cheated on. The girl cheated on you 3 times. You loved her so much you took her back 4.
Yeah, that's to a certain degree, but a lot of time I very rarely see that be love as opposed to something else. Whether you're taking her back because you need a place to stay, whether you're taking her back because you're insecure and don't think you can pull nobody else, but like me and my mom's, like we had a very strange relationship growing up. Like I remember like on one Christmas, it was 96, 97. She got me the little bunk bed in my room. At the top was a bunk bed. The bottom was a couch and it turned into a bed. Got me the Sega Saturn. Got me the old school big ass stereo with the record player with all these knobs. I ain't know what the hell they do. Man, I go back to school. You know, you off school 2 weeks for Christmas break. So I go back to school. I'm telling everybody I got a Sega Saturn in my room, a TV in my room. I got a bunk. Man, you lying, man. You ain't got. Look, bro, come to my crib. I'm telling you, I got everything. Man, after school at 4 or 5, my homeboys come to the crib. You come, walk in the door, unlock the door, all my shit going out my room, right? My mom, she ain't buy none of it. She just got it from Rent-A-Center. You know what I'm saying? Because my mom ain't had a bread like that. But she wanted to make sure that on Christmas, we felt, you know, a certain type of way. 3 days later, our lights was cut off. Like, you know what I'm saying? She spent $200-$300 just for us to be able to open up shit that day. That was gone 2 weeks later because she couldn't make the second week payment. So week 3 they came to get it. Week 4 the lights is turned off. But in her mind, she didn't want us to go through that day feeling a certain way. Does that make sense?
Man,
none whatsoever.
To you it don't. That is dope.
But that's what I'm saying. As a parent, now somebody who's sitting back, a Republican who might be looking at that from a financial standpoint, and oh, you don't have the money to buy groceries, you don't have the money to do this, but you spent $300 for it. From a pragmatic standpoint, it don't make sense. But when you love a motherfucker,
that was stupidly dope.
Exactly, and that's why when I was younger, I never really understood the moves my mom made until I got older, and I had my daughter the very first time she looked at me and said, "Daddy, I'm hungry," and then just stared, like I got the answer, like I got the keys, like, wow, like that was my moment for me when I realized, yo, when your kid look at you and just say it hurt. And expect you to be Jesus.
You to make it not hurt.
Yeah, that's when you realize that when it comes to kids, like a lot of times people will do stupid stuff for that moment or for that feel. It don't make no sense at all. There's no logical way, but they gonna stand on it though for that. But it was one topic that had me rolling that you kind of do every year. That I laughed at my girl for like an hour straight. Right? So my girl can cook. But if she can cook certain food.
Are you talking about the Thanksgiving tragedies?
Look, I talked her in that. She asked me, what do I want? No, she's like, yo, just make whatever. Make your specialty. She can cook, but she ain't never made stuffing before. And it looked
Bruh, I could have saved you a whole lot of heartache.
But no, it wasn't the problem that she made it, right? Because it actually tasted good, but it just looked liquid. And I was like, and I remember looking at you, and you know, like when your girl put something on the fork and be like, taste it. It's too close to your face for you to just be like,
whoa, man, get up.
Like, it looked awful, but it actually tasted good. I'm like, this is dope. I'm like, this is actually straight. I'm like, it looked crazy, but it's dope. And before she could warn me, she posted it. Like the picture. Oh. And so every Thanksgiving, he had people send him pictures of Thanksgiving tragedies. Like,
it made it to my inbox.
Man, her stuffing went platinum.
Hey, listen, man. Platinum. What made it even funnier? I think what really made her go super platinum on the stat was she came on there and defended it.
Yeah.
That's what made it even funnier. It's like, oh.
I'm like, but she got a good sense of humor. Like, she laughed the whole time. She wasn't never pissed off. And, like, we were sitting there laughing together. I'm like, bro, you should have told me. I'd have told you not to post that.
Yeah, because, and then it's like, and that's what I say, like, I really want to be myself a lot. And it's a lot of stuff that I be want to do, but I had to scale some of it back because you don't want that backlash for people to look at you like, oh, you just doing this. Like, one time I made a post that said, when I came home, people thought I needed a handout. Now look at them, they got their handout. Mm-hmm. Somebody inboxed me like, oh, you just think you better than everybody. I said, no. I'm like, how is that? You know what I'm saying? I'm just stating the facts. Like, when I came home, so a lot of people thought I was going to need them. Mm-hmm. But now it's a situation where they need me. And it's not to say that the people who I know need my help or want my help, or it don't even got to be that I know them or have any direct relationship with them. That don't say that I'm not going to do it. Yeah. I'm just saying it's amazing how that goes.
Yeah. I mean, I have this conversation with my kids all the time when we talk about being humble and stuff like that. And I try to explain to them that humble isn't for you. Humble makes everybody else feel comfortable. Because if you hit the game-winning three-pointer, they want you to act a certain way and not celebrate the glory of your game-winning three-pointer so everybody else don't feel like shit. Like, it's not really for you. In football, when you score a touchdown, they act like you've been there before. Like, what if you haven't? Well, that's your first touchdown. You know, why can't you sell it? Because the other team is going to react a certain way. So it's just about a lot of that stuff when you're happy. Like, you could have just been making that for yourself and just saying, people thought I was going to be down. Now I'm the one helping people out. I'm proud of myself. I didn't go back. But they see that and they put themselves on the opposite end of that spectrum.
You got to stop reading. You got to start reading the wins with a jealous heart, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't be mad at. Don't put your failures on me.
So yeah, kind of. I want to go into that before we wrap up. For real, I want to go into that a little bit because that's an important part too about the fact that you are up now and having to.
I'm still broke, ladies.
Well, what I mean, up. Sticking on the same topic. I'm still broke. Do you date a broke man? More than less.
Never, never. I posted that too.
Straight up. What was the response to that?
It was mixed lies. It was like, see, this be one thing on most of the topics. Like, instead of admitting what it is the truth, they try to deflect.
Okay.
So when I call them out on deflecting, then it's, well, would you do it? That's not answering the question.
Yeah.
Once again. So it's like, it was some people that was just brutally honest. Like, no, I ain't dating nobody who broke. Then you have people who's like, money don't really matter as long as you could treat me like this and this and this and this. Well, how they gonna treat you like that, bro? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, everybody basically said, no, I ain't dating nobody broke.
Which is kind of, but yeah, all these broke baby daddies out here. But we not going there.
But you gonna call them, yeah, you right. We ain't gonna go there. Because we can go there.
Yeah, we'll be here another hour. But kind of talk about the perception of you now that, now that the perception of you is that you're successful.
Right.
Do some people who you've known for years respond to you different? Do you notice difference in your success and the way it's received by people who are around you?
Do I feel the hate? Yeah.
I mean, what, hate, fake love, extra love,
I feel the hate.
anchors on?
I feel the fake love. I feel the side eyes. I can see the side eyes. Like, I can feel the regret. You know what I'm saying, from people who like turn their back and now I don't deal with them. And, you know, I feel all of that. But it's, I don't believe in coincidences. So I believe everything is supposed to happen for a reason. So when it happened, it just happened.
Yeah.
You know, some people just in your life for a season.
True. So kind of, what's next for you? The brand, you as a person. What's the next step for you?
I need to get this brand outside of Michigan, like heavily. I need to get it outside of Michigan. So I think I want to target like Georgia, Atlanta, like Houston, Dallas, Texas area. So those are two targets that I really want to push the brand in. And I'm just venturing out, man. I'm just trying to invest in some stuff. Like, I was trying to come up with an idea. I had made a post saying, like, do you got a dope idea, but you just lack finances and looking for some investors? So that was the start of me trying to do something like a Pontiac Shark Tank.
Okay.
So get a couple people to where we all sit on the panel, listen to the ideas, you pitch it to us, but you got to be serious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I posted it and I had like 18 people like, oh yeah, I want to come down. I'm like, man, come down to the 6 and talk to me. I had one person come down and talk to me. It was a juice lady. And you know what I'm saying? It was like, she got her stuff together, but I'm not for sure what it is that she's looking for from me.
Okay.
And it's not it's not being, you know what I'm saying, voiced or put on the paper what it exactly is that she wants. So like we at that standstill. But everybody else, like they said something about it and nobody followed through with it. But that's something I really want to do. It's like I feel like as long as all of us is making money together, and you don't got time to look at nobody and be jealous or envious.
True.
You know what I'm saying? If you got a pocket full of money, you got a pocket full of money, you got a pocket full of money, and I got one, I ain't got to count your pockets.
True.
I ain't got to worry about, we can all, and if we all truly friends and we want to go somewhere, we can go somewhere. I know you got money, so I ain't got to worry like, man, TJ usually don't really have no money. I have to look out for dog when we get out here, you know what I'm saying? But if we all got it, you know what I'm saying? That's just how I look. I'm really one of the people when I say I want everybody to win.
Yeah.
I really do. And part of it's a selfish reason because I don't want you to ask me for mine. You know what I'm saying? But I still want it don't matter why I want you to win, I still want you to win.
Yeah.
Hold up.
I'm on. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I said that. But it's www.cutdifferentclothing. That's cut with a K, K-U-T-T, differentclothing.com.
Okay.
That's the website. Everything's on there. You could follow me on Facebook, Dac Davis. You could follow me on Instagram, Dac Davis 71. Everything is there.
Hold up.
I mean, I'm still rolling though.
You still rolling?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, we was about to get ready to wrap it up anyways. It's almost an hour. So just one more time, man. Where can we find you at? Where can we find your brand at? Plug your brand. Plug anything you got going on.
I mean, you could Google me. I'm on. Yeah. I wanted to make sure I said that. But it's www.cutdifferentclothing. That's cut with a K, K-U-T-T, differentclothing.com.
Okay.
That's the website. Everything's on there. You could follow me on Facebook, Dac Davis. You could follow me on Instagram, Dac Davis 71. Everything is on there, man.
Bad, man. Appreciate you for coming out, man.
I appreciate y'all for having me.
Yes, sir.